I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand how those people can photograph the sunrise and talking to the camera at the same time. I tried it this morning and I totally failed. I got this spot like 30 minutes before the sunrise and then started shooting B-roll footage like 15 minutes before the sunrise when it's finally bright enough. And then I only had 15 minutes. I need to set up my tripod, my still camera, change angle of my B-roll vlogging camera, and then change my still camera angle, and then, you know, changing from landscape mode to portrait mode, finding my composition. I was so busy this morning and I only had 15 minutes. I just couldn't do it all, I guess. Anyway, today is a little bit special. Today is January the 1st, 2020. I was here capturing the first sunrise in 2020. And I think it turned out to be a beautiful sunrise in 2020. So I got some high clouds in the sky and no low clouds. I actually used an app called windy.com or Windy app to see the clouds forecast. And the app tells me that there will be a lot of high clouds but no low clouds. I think that would be a good thing, because I was thinking if I had low clouds, then it would probably block the sunrise. It will block the horizon. But if there's no low clouds, then when the sun came up, I could see the sun. And then there are a lot of high clouds in the sky, which means the sky will be beautiful. So yeah, actually it turned out to be exactly what the Windy app predicted. So that's pretty good. The sunrise happened so fast, and like I mentioned earlier, I was changing this, changing that. So I actually only got one photo during this sunrise, and I found some rocks to be my foreground objects, and then I have this Horsetooth Reservoir as my middle ground, which I think is pretty nice. And then I have the sky and the town as my background. And I chose to use a portrait composition was because the shape of my foreground, the rocks. I used the crack between two rocks as my leading line towards the middle ground and the background. And then because the shape of the rocks is kind of narrow, so I decided to use a portrait, a vertical composition. And in terms of my settings, I used ISO 200, the lowest native ISO on my Fuji X-H1. And then aperture is f8 to get foreground to all the way to the background to be in focus. And I think that worked pretty well. And exposure bracketing, I did 3 exposure bracketing. -2, -1, and a 0. And I'm going to see which one I'm going to pick, or if I need to blend any. I don't think I'm going to blend any exposures. I just capture the 3 exposures just to be safe, so that I have something to play with in the post. Alright, there's not much else going on right here, so I'm going to head down. I'm going to head home. And again, this is the first sunrise in 2020. I hope you enjoyed it. And thanks again, thanks to everyone for your support in 2019, and I hope all of you have a fantastic 2020. Alright guys, see you next time.